Hey, hey, my mighty shifters. You know how I like to say it. Welcome back to a new episode of Shift Happens. This is How to Be a Rock, supporting a loved one through pregnancy and just being overwhelmed. This is Shift Happens, y'all. I am Corrina Jackson. I am your host. Real talk, real impact. Serving up the meat of the matter so that we can sizzle in life. Your morning snack, your noonday nibble, and your evening unwind. Today we're going to be talking about how to be a rock for someone that you love when they're pregnant or when life is just stressful for them and overwhelming. They're just overwhelmed. Now, let me tell you something. Pregnancy is not just about glowing and babies kicking. No, it's not. It's real, it's emotional. And if you have a loved one who's carrying life or just carrying a heavy load, you have an opportunity to show up like never before. Today, we're breaking it down. We're breaking it down, baby. What it means to be a great support system, not just there in good times, not just rubbing on their belly, not just watching them rock back and forth until they get up, but we're there when they're tired and they're scared or simply overwhelmed. Now, this is a part where we're going to show up and we're going to listen. Being present means more than standing in the same room. It's about actively listening. That means hearing what they're really saying, not jumping into a fix it mode, like fixing it right away. Just be a soft place for them to land. Now, here's an example dialogue that I prepared for you. I hear you, and it's okay to feel this way. Tell them that. Now, here's the podcast tip. Share a personal moment or a story with someone when they're feeling overwhelmed to let them know that you see them, that you're present for them, that you're here to help them. They will appreciate that. See, pregnancy and being overwhelmed brings a long list of things to do. The doctor's appointments, the baby prep, and day-to-day life. Step in. Don't wait for them to ask. Cook a meal. Clean a space. Or take care of errands. And let me stop and say, make sure you can cook. Don't cook a meal for them and you can't cook. Because if you can't cook, I want you to run out to the nearest restaurant and pick up something delightful. But don't get in there and make them sick by cooking something and you know that you can't cook. But like I also said, take care of them by running errands, if you will. Now, if they're pregnant, go with them to their appointments. They would appreciate that. I know that I appreciated when, my partner at the time, when I was having a baby, attended the appointments with me because when I didn't hear something, he heard something, and we talked about it in the car. And I mean, it was a good feeling that he was actually there listening with me. I mean, that just right there made the biggest difference for me. And don't underestimate how powerful small acts of services are. And when I say that, don't just think that what you do may not be appreciated. They're overwhelmed. They may not express that at that time, but it is appreciative. I'll speak for them. Thank you. Now, emotional safety and calm energy. Let's talk about that. Sometimes the best support isn't words, it's energy. Be calm when they're overwhelmed. Don't just put more stress on them. Don't start talking about your problems. Really sit there and listen to what they're going through and see how you can help. It's like being that thermostat, not the thermometer. You set the tone instead of reacting to theirs. Create quiet moments. Listen to soft music. Watch something funny or take a walk together. Share an affirmative moment. You are enough. You're doing your best. You're not alone. Those things really matter to someone that's being overwhelmed. Learn, respect, and celebrate. Now, support means education and educating yourself. Learn about what they're going through so that you can respond with compassion instead of confusion. Respect boundaries. Please respect boundaries. Don't go crossing over in somebody's lane and making them feel more overwhelmed than they already are. Sometimes, being the support, nobody wants to hear you did this to yourself or you knew that when you got pregnant, this was going to happen. And nobody wants to hear that. I just said they're overwhelmed. So respect boundaries because sometimes they need that space or just want certain decisions respected. Now celebrate the wins, even the little ones. It can be as simple as saying, you handled that today like a champ. Talk about practical celebration ideas, like flowers and there's that word snack because I love snacks. Notes are a moment of prayer together. I love a good prayer. I love for people to pray for me. I love to pray for others. It's just a calming, soothing feeling when you hear prayer, when somebody's praying for you. Now, here's the truth, okay? Being a great support system doesn't require perfection. None of us are perfect. So, like I said, when you start pointing your finger at someone, I think it's that, what did I say? You got a finger pointing back at you, which is the thumb. Remember that you're not perfect. You're there to be their support system. It requires heart, something from your heart. Pregnancy and being overwhelmed can be heavy, but your presence, because you're the support, you're the rock, can make it feel lighter. Be present, be patient, be proud of your role in the journey because you're the support, you're the rock, you're the blanket, you're the everything right now. So here's your challenge for this week because I love to give you a great challenge. Pick one way to be there for your loved one every single day that they're going through something. Use a checklist and stay consistent. Write it out. It's just good to write things out, number them off, and check them off. That way you don't forget anything. And if you got anything from this episode today, I'm going to ask that you share it with someone else. But I'm also going to ask that you share, like, and subscribe. And if you like any of the podcasts, including this one today, and I know that you did, I know I've been watching these TikToks that says someone's going to share something with you, and I want you to listen up and like everything that they're doing. So I'm going to ask that you listen up and like everything that I do by subscribing, and sharing this podcast. Even if you don't want to listen to it, somebody else may want to listen to it. Even act like you listen to it and share it with them and say, oh, it's some good information there. You may want to listen to it. I'm going to ask you to do that. Please do that. And remember, guys, doing a checklist is so important. And let me tell you the reason why. Checking in daily, asking, how are you feeling? Can I do anything? Offer practical help like a meal. And we talked about that meal. Don't offer anybody anything if you can't cook. Go down to your nearest restaurant. I'm serious, guys. Don't do that. But anyway, cleaning. I love somebody to come in and clean or whatever. I mean, and declutter. I'm gonna ask you to put that in there too. Declutter while you're cleaning. Run those errands and be someone who offers appointment support. Go with them to their appointment. Provide that emotional space if they need it. When I was saying just listen without judgment. Avoid quick fixes. You can't fix everything. Set a calm tone. Humming, singing a little song. La 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 la. La 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 la. But listen without judgment and avoid quick fixes. Set a calm tone. Using encouraging words and peaceful energy. Celebrate something small, a smile, a good moment, or just saying, I'm proud of you. Respect their boundaries. We talked about that earlier. Please respect their boundaries. Allow rest. If they want you to get out, get out. Alone time is so good for them. But alone time is good for you too because you're the support system. So remember that as well. And decision making powers. Respect their decisions. Really, nobody wants to hear how you felt in a situation and it was their decision. Now, I can end this podcast like I end every podcast by saying, take care of yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. And right now, you're the cup, you're the support, you're the rock, you're the blanket, you're the sheet, you're all of that in a bag of chips, if you will. Take care of yourself, and if you want to make the most of it, take care of each other. I'm Corrina Jackson. I'm your bougie, confident boss lady, serving you up the meat of the matter, slice by slice. Until we talk again, bye for now.